Hello, everyone. This is Larry Louise again on the Mentors Lounge. Today, I have a wonderful guest on the Mentors Lounge. He's a very, very interesting young man who has done great things for himself. He's a barrister at law. He's an entrepreneur. He's a businessman. He's a philanthropist, a politician, and a really intelligent young man. I have the pleasure of bringing on board to the Mentors Lounge this day no other person than Omobolaji Ladigbolu. We call him Akoka. He is my guest on the Mentors Lounge. Stay tuned and I'll be right back. All right. Welcome back, everyone. This is me again, Larry Louise, and now we have flesh and blood Omobolaji Ladigbolu right in the Mentors Lounge. He is a phenomenal young man, and I must tell you that. Bolaji has been able to carve a niche for himself in law practice. He is a founding managing partner of Elisio Law Practice in Lagos, Nigeria. He's also the founder of the Omobolaji Ladigbolu Foundation, where they cater for the widows and widowers, and is also a very passionate person about youth development and empowerment. Welcome with me today on the Mentors Lounge, Omobolaji Ladigbolu. You're welcome, Bolaji.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
We have Bolaji coming on board on the Mentors Lounge today, and I'm so happy to bring him on board because he's a very unique young man. By the way, Bolaji is also a politician. He's a very young politician, very active in Oyo State, and I'm so happy to bring you on board. Anyone that sees Bolaji today will look at, this is a young person, how has he been able to do all this, right, at this young age? Why are we bringing Bolaji today? Is to show that, look, young men, young women, the young can actually create something of great value that is enviable for themselves. You don't have to go the evil way or the corrupt way. So Bolaji, I want to share with us a background. How did it all start?
Okay, thank you once again. I was called to bar 2010, December 3rd of December 20, and fresh law school graduate and fresh lawyer. I had very tough decision to take for myself. Practice underneath Bennett Senior, pupil. I want to start on my own without knowledge or being a lawyer. The decision was a little bit tough. So I made up my mind. I said, okay, I will, after NYC, I would sit down and ask myself serious questions. How will I be able to figure it out? So I went for my NYC, and that is where the inspiration came from. I was posted to a law firm, Ola Olanipekun Co in Lagos. Law firm, the main office of the firm.
Bolaji, hold on. 1 minute. 1 minute, hold on. Bolaji can go ahead from Ola Olanipekun Co. Yeah.
Yes. So I was posted to Ola Olanipekun in Lagos. The main office was in Abuja, but they had like office in Lagos. I was the only lawyer. Just needed someone on ground in Lagos.
Wow.
So that's where the exposure and the dream came from. What my boss expected of me then, Ola Olanipekun Sam, very fantastic man, was as a young lawyer, whenever they send you a brief from Abuja head office, Lagos, they want you to much was expected of you. Find a way around it. There was no much of babysitting. It was more of mentorship and so what I do is, whenever there's a brief in Lagos, There was a good library. I had the library to myself. I go to the library, do research, and come up with ways I think can go about it. I want to find also. I don't want my boss to see me as a lawyer who is not there. So whenever I have that opportunity, started working on it. I'll send it to Abuja, to vet it, approve it, and send it back to me. And I had to no much of supervision. My boss will always make sure he tells me what to do in court, of the head of chambers. This is what they do. So I did that for a period of throughout the whole NYC period. And after that, my boss asked me, do you want to come to Abuja? Or do you want to continue on the Lagos? I got home and I was like, if something, why not just register my own business name and something? No matter how small it is. So I told my boss, I thanked him because he was a very great man, and I'm still grateful for all what he has done in my life. That was brought me thus far. So after that, I registered. I spoke with my best friend, just finished law school. If we are not going to work for anything, no money, nothing, registered a list of salvation.
Elisio is what?
Salvation of God in Latin.
Okay.
So we registered the firm, didn't have any clients, didn't have funds to do anything. So we started going to court. First year, we were more like charge and bail lawyer.
The first year?
First year, we were more like charge and bail lawyer. Office was the High Court library.
Okay.
Once the court is sitting around 9, we go to the court, watch how senior lawyers handle briefs, order the, we were learning. At the same time, we go to the magistrate court. Always, when you get to the magistrate court, that's why we have a lot of lawyers there doing charge and bail, so to say. So we go there, there's someone always looking for. So down there, the way we present ourselves, lawyers, well-dressed and sharp, was very key. It's something we said. If you look good, sometimes it helps. So we started with tenancy matters. We started with someone who wanted them to grant them bail, the court to grant them bail. Started doing that, Once the court is done in court, go to the library. That's the High Court library. Sit down, make a research. 5 o'clock, close. Practically, basically, that was the routine, Monday to Friday. And we started that journey. Then we incorporated registration of business names, the little things that then was a very big deal to us. So from there, that young lawyer was the one that helped my brother with the bail application. That young lawyer started my tenancy matter. That young lawyer, that is how the journey started. I can remember vividly, my mom especially was against it. She wanted me to work with one of my own, who was also a son, Ola's son. That he wanted me to work like 3-4 years. I always advise people, whenever they ask me, but you did it. I always say, try and work with a law firm, maybe 2 years, 3 years, get that experience, get that expertise. What we went through, I'm sure if you're in another law firm, you will learn more and better than us. But it was a decision we made that paid off. Not everybody, I have friends and colleagues that started with us, but they are back working for a law firm. It might not work for everyone. I always encourage you going through that process of tutelage. Someone needs to see your boss or your bosses or the senior colleagues, how they go about the business of law practice. It worked for me doesn't mean it might work for you. We went through the hard way. Are you ready to put in the work? That's the question you have to, because it's stressful. First 3 years of our career was like practically strong. I had two pairs of suits and maybe 3 pairs of pants. I would interchange it every time. When I put on the black jacket, I wear the gray pants. When I put on the gray jacket, I put on the black pants. But I always made sure I look smart, and anyone who sees me will go, lawyer, can you do this for me? My lawyer is not a serious person. Lawyer, no, when the way you dress, who will address you and be like, oh, that lawyer, I saw him somewhere in court. And that's how the journey started. From there, I'll go to High Court, Magistrate Court in Ikorodu, Badagry, staying in order then, like 5 of us was in a 2-bedroom.
Wow.
It was a rough journey that I'm always grateful because it keeps pushing me to do better every other day. So that's how we started Elisio. And from there, started still making money. We started getting briefs, referrals. We bought the first car was office. It was well arranged with all our clients' files and every other thing. The wig and gown was there. There was nothing like engine or spanner or all those things. It was more the library. Everything, that was the office. Go to court. My partner goes the other way. And that's how we started the journey. And we registered the business 2011. And last year, we were meant to celebrate 10 years anniversary. Because of COVID, we couldn't do anything. But this year, we definitely celebrated. So the journey, the first 3-4 years was pretty rough. But I'm thankful and I'm grateful to God for that process. Because He has built us from no office, a small office in Oda, from a small office in Litigation, from Peju to Lekki Fintech right now.
Awesome.
That process. Now we are seeing ourselves having our own place in Nana Island. It's a journey, and it's not like we rushed it. It was a process. There were days we couldn't afford stuff. Now, under our office, we have about close to 10 lawyers. We have Intern, we have paralegals. We're building, we're growing, we're evolving. This time, journey that we're committed to. We don't want to rival the big top law firm. We want to be in the top 100 law firms. That's the journey for us. That's how Elisio started.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that introduction, Omobolaji. I mean, the truth is, this is really, really fantastic. I mean, I've interviewed, recently we hit 100 subscribers on the YouTube channel, and we've interviewed 20 personalities on the Mentors Lounge so far. Since we started, the first interview was the first week of August 2021. Now, I have observed a trend in all the people that we have brought in. That's usually the very rough beginning and gradual traction until what we're seeing today. Now, my next question is, looks as if irrespective of whatever field that you are, whether you're in marketing, professional stuff, ministry, business, anything, the golden thread is the same. There are some baby steps. Have a clear vision of where you're going and pursue it irrespective of whatever comes your way. My question is, in this now going to already 10 years now, how did you navigate those moments that were like, who called me to come and start this thing? This struggle is too much. What helped you to stay on in those moments? Because that is also very, very important, especially for the younger ones who don't want to go through the process. But you're a young man, but you're able to brace through that. How did you stay on? What helped you to stay on at those moments? Can you share maybe one or two of those moments with us?
The first one is faith. Faith.
Right.
Yes, I believe that God, all things are possible. Struggle is part of the journey. I'm a Christian, and from my upbringing, I've read several passages in the Bible where one who was bound to fail or was going through a lot of crisis. That so many people, and at the end of the day, got what they wanted. The relationship with God and that faith that was in. So I think that was the major one. Faith. I had faith that I've seen people do. I've read the stories of Afe Babalola, I've read the story of Daniel Farah, I've read the story of so many lawyers that came from humble background. Not even average home. I came up from an average home, which I'm thankful for. My parents were not super rich. Then to lawyers and people in business generally that have gone through worse situations. They have made a name for themselves and various careers. So it was faith that was pushing me that keep doing it. That was one. Secondly, I have to say I have a wonderful mother that I'm always telling. She kept pushing, praying, Bible verses, and so much more. So I think those two things, especially my faith in God and the wonderful mother that I had, was like my prayer warrior sort of, and keeping me to have a better relationship. I think those are the major things that kept me going throughout the whole journey, even when it was terrible, even when I almost gave up. Not once, not twice, not three. Believe that you're doing the right thing and you're the right step. Me today, I didn't regret that.
Awesome. Now, you are 10 years in this field. Has there been any moment where you made a decision that backfired? If there was, I mean, for example, personally, I have invested in something and everything went down. There was one business my brother and I we did. We wanted to have an event center, and we paid lease of 5 years for the property. And the next thing, it was gone in flames. We could not use it anymore. The money went down. So such things, and it just goes like that. So for you, in this 10-year period of practicing, right, you're doing business and everything like that, have there been a moment that you took a decision, you made a step, and it backfired, and you were like, why did I do this? How did you get out of it? What did you do?
Now, I'll start with the case we lost in sometimes in 2014. Due to negligence of young lawyer who didn't file particular paperwork.
Wow.
And after we lost the case, clients called me, assaulted me for about 10-15 minutes.
On the phone?
Because the judge mentioned it that we should have brought in this particular document to help out. Why the judgment is not in our favor. So the clients heard virtually everything the lawyer said. My 10 years career, the judge said rather, my 10 years career, I've been there, I don't know, that insult was too much, and this was going well, all of a sudden just went down. Wow. So at that point, we approached the woman that we wanted to appeal. Said no. We said, okay, let me give you part of the money. And said no.
She doesn't want to have anything to do with you again.
And that made me realize that we we have to cut kind of staff, kind of people put around us. The boss might be good, the boss might know what he's doing, but what about the support staff? What about the people who help you to run the activities on your firm? Because you can be the managing partner, you have staff that also do the job. Sometimes you can't oversee everything.
Yeah.
So every little thing matters, especially in law practice. You have made something, it might work against you, or even whatever you are up to. So that failure was one that was a turning point in our career, that we said, no matter the process that is leaving the office, even if it's a letter, one of the partners must
vet it.
Yes, must vet it. There are times I'll be on the road and I have to keep the internet, that I need to access my email, because I'm sure there are jobs waiting for me, vet and give approval. Simply because I made it mandatory that is how we are going to do. You are not just going to make a decision for us. I've sent the letter out, I've prepared the court process without letting the partners or the head of chambers vet it. So that is something that affected us, or affected me personally for more than, because that word made me a better person, a better lawyer. Because she said, if you know the job, then why are you practicing law? So that was a challenge. That was a challenge. And eventually, I was succeeded in so many other cases. That's for number one. Number two, I ran for office in 2019 and I lost. But I was proud in defeat, because the circumstances that led to the loss of our election was because of the merger in Ogun State.
Yeah.
Amongst about 5 parties. So I'm a member of APC. I was a candidate in the 2019 general election. The PDP candidate had about 4 parties supporting coalition. So it was 5 against 1. And the vote, at the end of the day, the margin was about 1,000 something roughly. One man had about 23,000. 5 parties coming together, they had about 26,000 or 25,000 members. We failed. I spent about 60 something million for House of Assembly seat. Politics is expensive. That's why a lot of young people stay out there. But that was challenging. After the election, I traveled, came over to the UK, and I was in the UK for a month. And I started thinking, why did I send me to go into politics? This money that I've spent, I would have invested it in so. Now I have failed. What am I going to do next? So those questions kept giving me. The holiday was meant for me to relax, but I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat because I was wondering, I'm a failure. I failed. I realized that was my first time. The highest number any APC candidate ever had in my APC is about 1,000, 14,000. And I had 20-something thousand. I looked at the figures, at the way people accepted me in the community. I looked at the way people referred to me up to this day, that, this is the person we actually wanted to get into that. Give me a nickname, People's Honorable, because there's a sitting candidate there, but there's someone the people actually love. So the failure of 2019 was crushed me for a little while, but it didn't pull me back that I'm not going to try again. So sometimes failure, it's like a blessing in disguise. Because when we were talking one day, I said, if I was elected and we have a governor of people in office and a member of APC, House of Assembly, I wouldn't have opportunity to do a lot of things. Because there's a party affiliation that helps a lawmaker. Are you with the ruling party in the state or in the National Assembly? at the federal level. And I said, maybe it wasn't Poland, I knew it wasn't God's time. If God wanted me to get to that office, trust me, 1 million people work against you and you still. God said it's not the appointed time for you. Because wanted me to develop, understand the journey better, learn from past mistakes, for me to have a clear future and work better in the next election. So there are times I've almost given up, especially in politics. Financial demands, everybody wants you to cater for their needs. Everybody expects you to be there. Everybody wants you. They don't care. They just want you to get involved in their personal life, in their business, when they call upon you. Sometimes in a week you have a certain amount and just need, before you know it, you send everything. One, for me, blessing that I'm a blessing to other people. I'm thankful for where God has put in me. Secondly, in politics is what you need.
Yeah.
In your pocket, open your hands to people. You need to support what people are. There are times they'll call you, oh, my child just gave birth. My child wants to do freedom. Get involved. That's politics. Sometimes, but if you know where you're going to change people's lives, to contribute to your community. So these are the things you just have to keep. So frustrated at times after the loss of the election that, oh, I spent so much money, the person who wanted to spend quarter of what we did, job as we did. But at the same time, it got to a time I sat myself and I said, you want to be a man and face the future, or you want to keep crying about the past. So failure will definitely come. You will definitely fail in certain business, like the experience you just shared with us.
Yeah.
It's tough to try and to invest in a lot of business. I've invested in startups that I didn't make my money back. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to invest in another startup when I believe in the dream.
Yeah.
The Fintech companies, guys are making money now. So if I see someone who comes to me with opportunity that, oh, come and invest, come and do this, I'll look at their books, I'll look at the caliber of people who come the company, and I'll still put in my funds. That is life. Fail sometimes, but how you get up that matters.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, BJ. I mean, this is profound coming from you. I mean, this is like someone in the grind sharing real life practical experience of what has been happening. Now, when somebody looks at a law firm, whether it's a law firm, any business, anything like that, you know, one of the things that matters about businesses, especially in a country like Nigeria or anywhere in the world, is structure. How did you build the structure that things run? You know, somebody may be watching this interview and wonder, okay, I just finished, I too have served. I think I like the story I'm watching. I would like to be like this person. Can you share experience or insights? If someone, even if they go through the process that you said that they should be in a senior firm for about 2 or 3 years, how do you set up a structure that if you are to look back with benefit of hindsight for the past 10 years, if somebody were to say that this is a playbook for setting up a thriving law practice by Omobolaji, what's your model Omobolaji puts in that book?
Okay, thank you for that question. Honestly, there's no manual to all this.
Oh.
Yes. Putting structure
there are some
in place.
minimum, there are some
yes.
basics.
Yeah, putting structure in place starts with you, founding partner, or the partners of the company. What type of firm you want to see yourself? You want to build? What do you guys want to be known for? If it's just to make money, then you do structure. Because you just want to make money. If you want to create a need for yourself, then there must be a proper structure. Started in 2011, 2 lawyers, 2014, 3 lawyers, 2015, 4 lawyers, and we expanded. We have various departments in the law firm, corporate commercial solutions. Because our law firm is into general practice, so we do everything.
Right.
Even areas of law that we don't understand, get a brief, get a lawyer, do it together. Then from that process, 2-3 times. Then I think from the 4th time, I'm with the brief. That's how we've been learning, and that's why those departments of them have been. So structure. There's a cadre. You have the partners. You have the head of chambers. You have the senior associates. You have the junior associates. You have the admin and HR. While putting everything in place, make sure everybody understands their job description, the roles the firm expects of them. Most important structure in the firm. There should be a division of labor. There should be a thing that are in charge of A. This thing is in charge of B. This thing is reporting to partner A. This thing is reporting to partner B. This thing reports to the head of chamber. When there's a proper structure like that, the firm is able to grow. But when you are a partner that you want to be in charge of everything, you're going to get tired. You're going to get bored. And you won't have time to sit down to think about the next step, how the direction the firm wants to go. But when there's a structure in place, like I just mentioned, there's going to be smooth running of the office, business and operation of the law firm would go fantastic. Know you guys are in the right direction. At the same time, what is your relationship with consultant? We have lawyers that consult for us.
Okay.
In legal practice, no man is an island. You can't reach out. So you need expertise, senior lawyers who can consult for you, reach out to that job. What can we do? Come and put us through. We organize trainings and seminars for lawyers, for our lawyers, for them to understand other business, which some of the partners you might not have expertise on. And when they leave our firm, start their own practice, on a situation whereby they're proud of going through Elisio law. Law is important. Just like in politics, I have campaign guys, I have the media guys, I have the structure back home. I have people in different words that they are our eyes in those words. If I just say I want to run for an office, I have people in different words, different villages. How do you expect me to win an election? But there's a structure in place. All of them report to someone in hometown who is like chief coordinator for the O.B.L. Whenever I go back home, I sit with that person. I don't need to call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I sit with him. He highlights the problems, the challenges, what we need to see, and it makes it easy. Structure is very key in building any business brand. Not just about, not even a law firm. Any business. Once you create entity, there must be a structure. It doesn't matter if it's a one-man business. One-man business will have a secretary, have a cleaner, will have a driver, and they all play important roles in the development of that business, even though it's owned single-handedly by one person. So it's very key. Whatever you are building, don't think of the financial aspect alone. Think of putting your brand, your products out there, where A vendor who sells food, you know your dispatch has to be on time.
Yeah.
Does have to resume at a particular time so they can meet the time the dispatch guys will take the out.
Yeah.
So as the CEO, you are calling everybody, the person that will supply pepper, the person that will supply this. So in all business, there must be structure.
Awesome.
Not a business where you are not around and the business fails. Or the business cannot move on. So if I leave for campaign by June, this June 2020, start getting ready for primaries and all that, the law firm doesn't stop working. Clients' briefs have to be attended to. Person who would look into them is available. So structure is important. I won't say because I'm the managing and founding partner, everything has to go through me. I must get involved in everything. No. I can leave the business and the business is running. Of what a proper business entity should be. So structure is very key in all business.
Awesome. This is real great stuff coming out here this interview. Just 2 more questions for Bolaji, and that'll be all for today, because I know that Omobolaji is very busy, and I'm really enjoying this interview with you. Now, if you are to look at the journey right from growing up, right? What will you tell your teenage self? If you had the opportunity of flashing back and you want to create this path, what will you tell your teenage self, maybe 15-year-old or 16 or 18-year-old self now? Now look, I know that I'm here now, but there was one point here, avoid this one, take this bend, you know, maybe 1 or 2 things that you will share with us, please.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yes, maybe during holidays, while I was in university.
Yeah.
During the holidays, I would have preferred, instead of playing around with my friends, maybe I would have attached myself. During the holidays, attach yourself to the law firm and you start learning business practice.
Like a volunteer?
Yes.
Or intern?
Intern, yes. Internship. Now pay. But you know, that would prepare you what you are going to face in law school, what you are going to face when you start your business. I had that experience. If I had all that experience then, starting my own practice might have been easier.
This is deep.
Because I would have been, I would have had a lot of experience. I would have seen stuff I started reading in the library, taking less night. I would be used to it, so it would have just been, I was in when I was in year 2, I was in this law firm, had this case. What happened there? And it gives you all this. I would have done that if I knew that's what the future looked like. I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy your holidays. No, I'm just saying you should yourself for the future. You don't know what the future will hold. At the point after law school, before I got here, I said, after service, I tried about 3 law firms around the country, and I was saying 30,000, 25,000. And I was thinking, this can only cover my transport. I'm going to pay rent. I'm going to eat. How am I going to do it?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So those are the frustrations that came in and that pushed us to start our own business. But internship is very key, and you don't have to be a lawyer. All my example, all what I'm saying is, in any form of business, you want to go into, if you want to be a career person, even if you want to be someone in what was this space now? The space where you have the arts guys and the designers and creative space.
Yeah.
Even if you want to be in a creative space, you can work for a photographer and you're following into events. taking pictures, you are just holding the camera, you are understanding the shot, how he's turning his camera, what he's focusing on. And when you are done, you purchase your own camera, start practicing. What you saw him do then will help you, will groom you, will let you grow. So in all businesses, internship, be a pupil, learn. So if I knew back then, all the time we were busy chasing girls and all some stuff while we were kids, I would have spent more time adding value to myself. That made it easier instead of me going through the longer process. You still go through the process, irrespective of learning back then or now, but it would be more easier in terms of your intellectual. Easier in you drafting papers, easier for you to handle a brief. But thank God for where we are today.
Awesome. I mean, what you are saying is really, really very, very important in everywhere.
Yes.
Especially in Nigeria, Nigeria with 70% population being youths.
Yes.
And one thing that those who study engineering that pays them is that very early, because my background is in engineering, I studied mechanical engineering first degree. What is interesting about us is that right from the 200 level, we start doing internship. We do industrial attachment in 200 level, we do one in 300 level, we do one in 400 level. So 3 times in a 5-year program you go for. And what you said now, maybe when you get to be a lawmaker, right? It only talks about creating the system or the legal framework for such things to work. Because let's take it or leave it, there are many industries scattered all over with experienced people that people can actually learn from. And that is the whole essence of the Mentors Lounge, that we bring people who are able to carve that niche, created that path, that whoever you are, by just listening, they say that the secret of men is in their stories. By what you've shared this this is less than maybe about almost an hour now. It is real stuff. Anybody can take this thing and run with it and say that, okay, I can actually follow this path and create a niche for myself. On a final note, what do you have to say for us at the Mentors Lounge and for any other person that is watching? That's the last thing I have for you today. I'm really grateful for this interview.
Number one, I will start with encouraging young people. Nigeria is doing business in Nigeria is quite
very frustrating.
Very frustrating. But that doesn't mean you can be successful. That doesn't mean give up. That doesn't mean you can create an influence. Road is you just have to keep. Don't think of financial gains now. Think of the nearest future. What you plan. What do you want to be known for? I didn't see myself in politics 5 years later. But here I am today. Not for financial gain, all means actually let me speak. For me, I'm a leader in my own constituency. For my own rights. Because the new guy not elected, just started a program for Ago-Iwoye for about 1,000 students. The guys that are elected, or the guys occupying the office, they're not doing all that. Want to contribute to our own above any politics.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? You should come up with some, when you mention that name. Like, Abiola died and only still coming out about what he did. Yes. I had to become the president, but he died during the struggle.
Yeah.
Do you want to be known? That should be a very important question. What does your brand need to be known? So you can't give up. That is number one. Just keep pushing. Number two, said 2023 election is around the corner. The youths are top as of tomorrow. There's no tomorrow. That is today.
Yeah.
What are we doing about it? The same energy we put during the NSAS. Let's put that same energy. Guys, we want in the office. We shouldn't stop criticizing politics when we have the power. Use that energy from NSAS, which made them listen to us.
Yeah.
Yes. We called them, even though it was later hijacked by hoodlums.
Yeah.
Who derive so much pleasure from chaos.
Yeah.
But the young people, the young Nigerians stood as one and said, enough is enough.
Yeah.
We might say the changes wasn't, I think it might not be sufficient. I decided. Yes, the SARS guys are back on the road, but trust me, they are scared of the Nigerian youth. That it shouldn't allow this to come together again. That's why they keep dividing us. Money, position, power, and so much more. But all on Nigeria. Not just elections are not won on social media. Politics is not played on social media. So just know the name of their local government, know party local government, how many wards they have. Not until you are running for get involved in government. That's how policies can be changed. That's how the country can move. Get your PVC. Yes, people will say, oh, I don't want to go out on election day because it was always violent. No. There was no single form of violence when I contested in my constituency last election. There was nothing. Yes, there was no violence. People stood up at ground to make sure their candidate lost or won. Let's get involved, get our PVC. Enough of social media criticism. That won't change anything. If you feel someone is old and you don't want him in office, what are you doing about it? It's not about just writing a comment under, that won't change anything. Get your PVC. Look for candidates that you believe their manifesto, not even the party manifesto, what the candidate stands for. And they contribute to the development of the country. What are they all about? So I want to enjoy all Nigerian youth, my brothers and sisters. I want to encourage you to get involved. Not everybody wants to run. Everybody has, it's financially draining, it's time consuming, it's not. But not everybody wants to do that. Keep their business and go into that. But we can support candidates. And I'm not saying because the person is young. Look at the 3C: capability, capacity. You need to know about this person. Yes. When you get involved, there's someone that I had an interview with a colleague of mine in the United States about 2 weeks ago, and something similar to this. And person she stays in the United Kingdom, and she messaged me on Instagram, and she said I mentioned something. I contribute to that. I don't know her from Adam. Because she felt this guy wants to make a difference on this journey. This guy wants to bring a change in Nigeria. And this change doesn't come overnight. It's a process. Yes, Nigeria is a process. But if we keep complaining and we're not making changes, we're not contributing to make Nigeria better. So what are we actually doing? So let's get involved. Let's get our PVC. Let's look for candidates of our choice. Rally around them. There are candidates that I don't know from Adam. I'll just review them. I'll ask around about them, and if I can actually support one of my friends, and I don't even know this because I believe they can make changes. I've seen people. We have a fantastic senator from my constituency, Senator Fatai Buhari, that's his name. I keep talking to people about him. If we have that man, like 300 as the Senate House, trust me, Nigeria will move forward. It doesn't have to be a young person to buy in the vision. And we need to keep praying for Nigeria. Can't do everything negative. Everybody in Nigeria will just yes, it's good to that pasture. Nothing wrong. We are back home. What are we doing? How we protect the country, the outside world? Yes, there are people with the law want to do Yahoo, fraud, rob, but just a few percentage. So what about the 98% people that what are we doing? Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you so much. This has been an explosive interview indeed with Omobolaji Ladigbolu, the Arokoto himself. Give it to Bolaji today on the Mentors Lounge. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the wonderful insight that you share with us. And that is Lanre Louise signing out on the Mentors Lounge. Thank you so much.